By the time the sun comes up over the mountains, employees at Tri-Cities Regional Airport have already been hard at work preparing to transport people and products to final destinations around the world. From the airlines, tenants, and air traffic controllers to parking and security, this bustling city within a city, located in the heart of the region, employs more than 400 people, all working together to get others on their way with comfort, security, and convenience. A love of aviation has been alive and growing in the region as early as 1911, just 8 years after the Wright brothers made their historic first flight at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. During the 1920s, Kingsport, Bristol, and Johnson City each had grass airfields for emergency landings and air shows, with Bristol providing the first scheduled air service in the form of a mail route in 1933. In 1934, a group of forward-thinking, civic-minded businessmen decided to pool the resources of their separate communities to build one centrally located airport to serve the entire Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia region. Finding a location proved difficult, and several sites were considered before the group decided on 323 acres overlooking Boone Lake and the distant mountains. The site was selected for its terrain, proximity to the geographic center of the three cities, and reasonable acquisition and construction costs. President Roosevelt had just made available Works Progress Administration funds for the construction of necessary and adequate airports. So, to finance the project, the group approached Colonel Harry Berry, the WPA director for the state of Tennessee, who was invaluable in acquiring funding to build the airport. Before federal participation could be secured, it was necessary to create an organization to buy the land and vest ownership in the municipalities' names. It was estimated that the sponsor's share of the land purchase would be $50,000. The mayors of Bristol, Tennessee, Kingsport, and Johnson City, and the chairman of the Sullivan County Court agreed to share the cost and seek state legislation to create the Tri-City Airport Commission. In 1935, construction of Tri-Cities Regional Airport, then known as Central Airport, got underway. Over the next 2 years, the construction progressed at a steady rate. On November 5, 1937, the McKellar Tri-City Airport was officially dedicated by Senator Kenneth McKellar, an ardent supporter of aviation in the state of Tennessee. Over the years, the name was modified in minor ways and was changed to Tri-Cities Regional Airport, Tennessee, Virginia in 1995 to better reflect the region and ownership. The initial cost of the airport came to less than $800,000, which included the purchase of land, construction of an east-west runway and a north-south runway, taxiway, lighting, roadway, and terminal building. Over the years, Tri-Cities Regional Airport has hosted a number of major airlines and their commuter partners, many of which no longer survive. Familiar names include Southeast Airlines, American Eagle, Appalachian Airlines, Piedmont, and Tennessee Airways, just to name a few.
in 1978, you had the Airline Deregulation Act, which was probably the most dramatic change for the airline industry and, of course, airports by association with it. And that's where the federal government got out of the business of regulating fares and routes, destinations for the nation's airlines, and allowed the free market to compete. The community also in the early 90s decided that it wanted to make sure that we had customs function here and foreign trade zone benefits, and so those were added to the economic development toolbox of the area and permitted local economies or local economic development individuals to use that to help attract business and industry. And then, of course, the most recent and probably the most dramatic change in the industry occurred as the result of the terrorist attacks of September 11th of 2001. And that was a true sea change in the industry. It affected not only air carrier passengers, air cargo companies, general aviation, but virtually every single aspect of the aviation industry. The Airport Commission has a strategic plan in place and has just reviewed it to help make sure that we're heading in the right direction as far as developing the airport where we fit within the industry. Not only airline passengers, which is one of our major considerations at this airport, but general aviation facilities here, air cargo facilities, and development of other areas of the airport. The Airport Commission is focusing, of course, since it does bring in about 85% of our total revenues on the passenger-related facilities at the airport. We have new ready and return car lots for the rental car customers. We will be expanding the parking lots, the public parking lots here at the airport, overflow lots. We have our new shuttle service that was put into effect about a year and a half ago and has been very popular. So a lot of comfort and convenience items for the passengers coming in and out of Tri-Cities Regional Airport.
From experimental ultralights to Air Force One, Tri-Cities Regional Airport has proved it is capable of handling any aircraft in the commercial fleet. Tri-Cities Regional Airport has long been considered a prime example of what can be accomplished when the cities and counties of the region pull together. The Airport Commission and staff realize the important role the airport plays in the vibrancy of the community and are committed to providing the best possible airport facility and service for the region now and in the future.